Hi, I'm Stavros. Good evening and welcome. Today I wanted to do a short video just to talk about the unveiling of the new Tesla all-electric truck, which was unveiled to the world last Thursday evening, the 16th of November 2017. Elon Musk drove in 2 trucks into this hangar over in LA to hundreds of guests, and he was explaining how this is going to change the trucking industry. It's going to be a game changer and save you thousands in running costs. So at the moment, I'm sitting in a 2003 Scania 164L with 480 horsepower. Now, Elon Musk claims that his truck will be 20% more efficient to run than this truck. This truck at the moment with a full load is probably only doing 8.5 miles per gallon. So a very thirsty truck, this Scania. But let's go down through some of the figures that Elon gave on the unveiling of the truck. So as he drove it in to the event, the first thing you will notice is that it had a central driving position. So he was sitting in the middle of the truck. Now that's all fine in a McLaren F1 road car, but in a truck, if you're doing a maneuver sitting in the middle and you want to hang your head outside the window to see how you're doing with your tight maneuver, or look down and see how you are with cars up a tight street, it might be very tricky in a truck. So let's hope he has plenty of cameras pointing all around the outside of that truck. By then, who knows, maybe trucks will be able to drive without mirrors and you'll have little cameras for mirrors. Who knows? Legislation might be changing with that point in the future. So he gave us all the facts and figures. Astounding, guys, to say the least. 500 miles on electric range. 500 miles. That's unheard of in a car, let alone a truck. Of course, it'll be coming down the line in the cars. You'll be able to drive 500 miles on a full charge, I'm sure. But in a truck, it's just unreal. So you can imagine the costs in that alone with diesel. If you can drive 500 miles on a full electric range. Then he gave us the 0 to 60 miles per hour time with just the tractor unit of 5 seconds. 5 seconds in a tractor unit at 60 miles an hour. It's just unbelievable. And then he said with a full load, with an 80,000 pound payload, which is 36.3, just over 36.3 ton. He said 20 seconds to 62 miles per hour with a full load. And then he said that if it comes time to charge while you're on your big long journey, you can pull into a Tesla charging station and you can charge your battery for a half an hour, which will get you 400 miles on a half an hour charge. But that's using his electric power points. I'm not sure what way it would work with a 3-point socket at your warehouse, for instance. Who knows what way that would work. Now, he did unveil a sports car, a little sports car. We'll talk about that in a while as well. That surprised a lot of people coming out of the truck, this new Roadster Sports Car. But we'll talk about that shortly. Let's just focus on the truck, because the savings will be massive if this truck will deliver on its claims, guys, okay? So Elon hopped outside, and as he was giving all these figures, like, everyone was applauding him and the whole lot. Now, he did say that it would have 4 electric motors on the back. So each wheel, that's given that it's a 3-axle truck. You have 4 motors at the back. So what happens if it's a 2-axle truck, like the one I'm in? Will it only have 2 motors at the back? He also claimed that it would go 1 million miles before it breaks down. It's guaranteed to drive 1 million miles before it will break down. and then he claimed that even if 2 of the electric motors fail, you'll still be able to drive on 2 electric motors, the remaining 2. You'll still be able to drive, and it will still be more efficient than this truck I'm in. So big claims indeed. Let's just hope that they will happen and that it is all going plain sailing, guys. But he's got a massive task ahead of himself. If he knows at all about developing trucks and how long it takes, Scania took over 10 years to develop the new generation of trucks. Over 10 years. It's not easy designing a truck when you look at the work that they have to do and the punishment that they get. All different drivers driving trucks, and it's not easy. So like, to me it sounds like he's kind of rushing this truck to market and probably just seeing what happens, you know. I think he's in for a rude awakening. So he better get the build quality really robust on this truck, because they do get a lot of abuse. Remember, the trucks are bought for working. They're not bought for posing at car shows, okay? Yeah, so let's just hope that all his figures and that they'll all happen, guys. And what other figures did he give? It will obviously have regenerative braking. It has to have. So you can imagine the amount of energy that's gone in, that goes into brakes when you're slowing down a truck at 36 ton gross. An awful lot of energy. So at least that energy can be captured and used to recharge the batteries. That is very, very important, and it'll be a big benefit to that truck as well, if you can recharge with your regenerative braking. He did say that production starts in 2019 and that the deliveries will start in 2020. Walmart have already claimed that they'll be ordering 15 trucks. So will they be the guinea pigs to iron out all the problems? You see, when you're developing a truck, it takes so long. And Scania, when they developed the new generation of Scania trucks, they gave out pre-production models, prototypes, to members of the haulage industry to iron out all the problems and to give them feedback as to where they need to improve. And of course, all these trucks that were given to the hauliers had all cameras all over them, monitoring the whole time potential parts that would go that would fail on the truck. So all that feedback was given back to Scania, and they would fix all these problems before the truck went into production. Now, I do hope that that is what Tesla has planned with this truck. They have to do an awful lot of testing to make sure that it's proper when it reaches the public, okay? So that's just some of the things that I think Tesla need to make sure are correct with the truck, okay? All right, let's just start up this Scania V8 just to give yourselves a reminder of what you won't be expecting in a Tesla truck. You won't be hearing this. Yes, that distinctive sound of the V8. Yeah, Teslas won't sound like that, guys. But of course, sounds like that will cost you money with that roaring V8. Now, Tesla really needs to make sure that they have a properly designed driver's seat with good adjustment. It's very important. As you can see on the passenger side there, we have a fabric seat. This one was fabric before it was eventually replaced. Why? Because of wear and tear, as you can see. 724,000 miles will do that to a driver's seat. Tesla's truck will be fully electric, as I said. No clutch pedal on the Tesla truck, and obviously no gear stick, probably just a gear selector. This is a 12-speed gearbox, 3/3 split in this 14-year-old Scania. So also, let's hope the Tesla truck is properly built. These driver's doors get an awful lot of work, and they need to be good, strong and robust to cope with all the different drivers hopping in and out of them. Now, Tesla did say that their 3-axle truck would have 4 electric motors, one on each rear wheel. Now this, as you can see, only has 2 axles. So does that then mean that the Tesla equivalent will only have 2 electric motors on the rear axle? Elon Musk didn't really go into that part of it. So we'll have to see in the future, will that be the case, where this 2-axle truck will only have 2 electric motors. We'll see what happens. But you have 2 600-litre tanks here. Takes about 15 minutes to fill. Tesla did claim that with their supercharge points, you'll be able to charge your truck for a half an hour and drive a further 400 miles. So that is a big claim indeed. and let's hope that they will deliver on that promise. Now, one thing Elon Musk did not mention is about the pricing of the new truck. Say for instance a new one of these, a Scania, the old shape, R450 Euro 6 spec, 2017 model, you're probably talking €105,000, and then a Scania S730, top of the range, probably around 170,000. I'm just giving you a couple of examples there on the Scania pricing, but yeah, it'd be interesting to see how much this Elon Musk electric truck is priced at. Now, he did say as well that the fairings at the side would match up with the trailer, so cutting down on drag. And he did say that the drag coefficient figure would be 0.36. So that's a very strong claim to make. And he compared it to a Bugatti Chiron with a drag coefficient of 0.38. So I don't know where he got those figures from, but when you compare it to, say, a BMW X3, the new X3 has a drag coefficient figure of 0.29. So yeah, it's very strange, that drag coefficient figure. I'd love to know where he got that from. But yeah, so that is just some of the news on the Tesla truck. So just before I go, I just want to talk about Tesla's other unveiling. Of course, that sports car, the two-door Roadster all-electric car that they unveiled at the same event. So yeah, it came out the back of one of the trucks. We had all the smoke and a big surprise to the audience, because I don't think they were expecting it to see this new sports car from Tesla. So big claims for this car: 0 to 60 miles per hour in 1.9 seconds to 60 miles per hour. 0 to 100 miles per hour in 4.2 seconds. This car is going to be a rocket. 0 to a quarter of a mile in 8.9 seconds from this Tesla sports car. It's just going to be an amazing car to drive. An electric range of 620 miles from a full charge. 620 miles, that's going to be fantastic. Now, they did say that they're only building 1,000 examples. It will go into production in 2020, and it will cost around $200,000. So a very, very expensive car. It'll be limited to 155 miles per hour, but if you take that limiter off, it'll drive to well over 200 miles per hour from this two-door electric Roadster from Tesla. So yeah, that is a nice car to look out for in the future. So that's it, guys. I just thought I'd do a video just talking about Tesla and the products they have coming in the future. In 2020 should be a good year for Tesla. And yeah, let's just hope they're built properly and that there won't be no issues with build quality. And that's it, guys. I just leave it there, and thank you all very much for watching, and I will talk to you all next weekend for another video. So until then, take care and thanks for watching. Cheers!